All right, so I want to give you an update on some of the crazy stories that have been happening. I think I'm going to start doing a weekly update for the real estate stories that are just so crazy that you wouldn't believe them. And I forget about them because they're so frequent. I forget so many of these stories. And then I go out to dinner with some friends. And oh, so we start talking. And I'm like, oh yeah, you won't believe the crazy stuff that happened to me this week in real estate. And actually, it's not always in real estate, but most of it this week was. It was so crazy. So, updates. Okay, so just quick update on my son. He's the same. Yesterday was his first day back at school, and he just dealt with it. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna go. I know I'm gonna throw up, but I want to see my friends, and I only have 3 days left of school, and I don't want to miss any more school. He's missed literally almost 3 weeks, like 2 weeks and like 4 days. So he was ready to go, and he just made it happen. Went and if he had to throw up, he felt it come in, and because he knows the symptoms pretty good, and just excused himself and went to the bathroom, did his thing, came back, and no big deal. So anyway, he's there. Thank you everyone for the well wishes, and just trying to figure out what's going on, get some answers. So we talked about the solar situation with Jeff. So new development here. You gotta love this. You have to absolutely just love the way the universe just conspires for your good, right? The universe just loves me, and I love that. So for those of you that don't know, we purchased a property, and it had a fraudulent solar lien on it. They did no verification. They didn't do any identification check at all. They just basically took the person's word for it. It's like, oh yeah, my wife's going to do this, so here's her contact information, everything. And they sent her a DocuSign to some random email that, not even her email, it has his initials in it. It's 2 and 2 are put together. This is obviously his email, some fake email. It's her ex-husband who was living in the home at the time because it was a rental. And so he put solar on it, and then he turned around and sold the house, which wasn't his house to sell. He sold it to another guy who gave him $175,000 in a cashier's check. Without going through title or anything. He just oh yeah, I'll buy this house, here you go, which is the craziest thing in the world, because the guy had just sold his mom's home, which he had inherited, and went through a title company, and no less than a week later, so he understands the process. He's not an ignorant person here, understands everything. No less than a week later, he turns around and just gives this guy a check and a handshake for the house that he's living in, that we ended up purchasing from the original owner, from the woman who actually owned the home, and had to go through the process, had to evict this guy. So we knew that there was a fraudulent solar system on it, and we were willing to take that on. And so we purchased the property subject to, meaning that we bought the house with all of the liens and encumbrances as is, without having to pay them off. So we contact the solar company. We're like, hey, we understand we're delinquent about $10,000 and there's a $20,000 balance on it. Can we get this caught up? We want to go ahead and pay the $10,000, catch everything up, and then transfer the payments to the new owner, because we're going to flip this. And they're like, you can't do that. Absolutely not. We want this paid in full. And how did you buy this property without notifying us and having us get everything paid off and everything? And we're just like, not our problem. Hello, but we're trying to figure this out. So going through this process, they're like, nope, absolutely not assumable. Absolutely not. Can't be assigned. Can't do any of this stuff. And we're just hitting these roadblocks. And they don't have a phone number, an inbound phone number. It's all done through email. And this person is just very adamant that no, you must pay this off now. And we're just listen here, I appreciate that you want this, but this is not how it's gonna work. So we eventually get to Jeff, and Jeff tells us, because we're okay, we're gonna go the fraud route. This was clearly fraud. We were trying to pay, and we are going to just move forward with it. Jeff is, on the other hand, his job is to prevent fraud from ever hitting the fraud department. That's his role. He's the gatekeeper. So he's sitting here, and he's just well, we don't have all the facts yet, and we're just waiting to see what's going to go on in case something else pops up here. And we're like, Jeff, when are you going to send this to the fraud department? He's like, well, I have to, in my best estimate, understand the full picture. I don't think I understand all the pictures, the moving parts yet. I'm like, well, what more do you need? Well, I just can't tell you that. I'll know it when I have it. And Jeff, when you have it, how long does it take for you to submit this to the fraud department? Well, I assure you that we're doing our very best to make sure that the fraud department gets this as fast as the policy allows for us to get it to them. Well, what does the policy state? Well, the policy has its limits, and we are abiding by those limits. And what are those limits, Jeff? I assure you that we're doing our very best to make sure that we are treating this with the utmost respect and that the policy is being respected as well. Well, Jeff, can you please send us that policy so we can know what we're looking at so we're on the same page here? I assure you, and he's just like talking in circles. I'm just getting so pissed. I'm like, Jeff, this is pissing me off. I'm sick and tired of your bullshit. And he's like, oh, sir, our policy is if you curse one more time, we're gonna have to end this conversation. I go, well, my policy is that when I'm fucking mad, I curse. And so he hangs up. So anyway, thank you, Jeff, because Jeff, we were going to go ahead and we were going to spend $10,000 to reinstate this fraudulent solar system lien on this property. And in doing so, we discovered that with UCC1 filings, you have 5 years to ratify or to reinstate, or there's I don't know the exact word right now, but we already ran this through compliance. We know for sure. So we ran this through a title company and everything. They did not do that. 5 years is up, and so this is not on a title report. They have lost their ability to their security position in this property. You know, they can come and they can get their equipment, which we've asked them to do many times, and they wouldn't. Like, we don't collect equipment. That's not the business we're in. We're not in the business of taking stuff off the house. We're in the business of reinforcing blah, blah, blah. So basically, in a nutshell, they lost their security claim. They cannot enforce the lien, and we have a free system on this property. If they want to come take it, great, they can come take it. But the company that installed it is no longer in business, and the company who owns the loan, because of the policy with Jeff, is unable to enforce it. In essence, Jeff just cost this company $30,000. We would have freely given them, willingly, we knew this, we're, hey, here's $10,000, let's reinstate this, let's transfer it, and they would have got their, monthly payments of $163 a month on $20,000, and they would have continued that payment, and no one would have been the wiser. But because they were pushing back so hard, we're like, you know what, let's go ahead and do some research on this. We discovered that this is the null and void. They never, and not only that, the UCC1 has to be signed by the Secretary of State. It was never signed by the Secretary of State. So their filing it was not even valid. They just filled it out, went to the title company, recorded it. That was it. Has no validation, nothing. So basically anyone can do that, but in order for it to be valid, you have to have the Secretary of State say, yes, this is a valid company, this is a valid lien, this is all this stuff. Never happened. So thanks, Jeff. You just lost your company $30,000 in revenue, and we just gained, because what we were going to do is we were going to pay $10,000 on our purchase price, because we have a buyer already in escrow, and this was the only thing that we're holding up. And so we came back to the buyer and we said, hey, if there's no lien on the security on the solar, what would you pay? And they upped it another another $5,000. So not only did we save $10,000 on the not having to pay that, but we made another $5,000, which means in total we just made $15,000. So thanks, Jeff. You made us an extra $15,000, and we close on this next week. And it's completely stripped from the title report. It's not even in the title report anymore because it's not a secure lien, so they can't do anything with it. And man, I just love it. I love it. So, all right, another crazy story. So, oh God, we go over to, I go over to a house, go knock on the door, and there's a warrant on the door. And apparently this person skipped court, and he has a warrant out for him. And so they put this, he or his wife or whoever filled out this paperwork that said hey, whatever. I didn't miss it. I thought it was on this date, but it was this date. I mean, technically he missed it, so all this stuff. So anyway, knocking on the door, and the wife answers. She's like, oh yeah, hey, yeah, he's at the store right now. Do you want to come in? And I'm like, I just read this. I'm like, okay, this guy has these felony accounts. He's not home. I'm like, no, I'm a stranger. He doesn't know me. I'm not going to come in. I'll wait outside. She's like, no, you just come on in. I'm like, no, I'll wait. She's like, he'll be back here in 2 minutes. I'm like, okay, fair enough. But not going to come in. Don't know who this person is. So I go back to my car, and he rolls up on the bike, and I'm like, hey man, what's up? He's like, I go, are you so-and-so? He's like, sometimes. Why? I'm like, don't worry, man, I'm not a cop. I'm not here to take you in, just here to help you with your house. I saw that you're having a hard time with your monthly payments. And he's like, oh God, man, yeah, dude, I could use your help right now. And then he goes on and he goes, you know, like every other person that wants to share their story, he goes, this is what happened to me, man. It's crazy. I bought this bike from so-and-so. And I go, whoa. You bought your motorcycle from so-and-so and then they reported it stolen? This so-and-so happens to be the guy who we just evicted, who gave $175,000 to another person. So I'm like, what the hell? What are the odds? I'm in a completely different area, completely different city, like not too far away, but far enough that like these two worlds don't collide at all. And I'm like, are you joking me? He's like, yeah, man, that guy sold me this bike, and now it's blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm going to court now, and I have to fight this. And they said it was stolen, and the cops attacked me, and they broke my wrist and all of this stuff. And he's showing his arms like in his brace and stuff. It's all messed up. And I'm like, what are the odds of this happening? I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So anyway, he's like, yeah, man, I just need your help. So we go into his house. We go sign some paperwork because we're going to help him out. And I stand up, and he has like this coffee table that has like some water bottles on it, and it's like not wobble. It's like it's kind of wobbly. It's not like level. And so I go up and I push down on like a little bit, like my weight on it to grab the water bottle, and I step off, and it rocks a little bit. It goes dut, 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 dut. He bolts up out of his seat, goes to the front door, pulls the blinds, and like rushes to the back. He's like, I'm out the back door. And like he starts running. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, hey bro, that was me, man. That was me. No one's knocking on your door, man. That was me. I rocked the table. Like the dude was so edgy and so jumpy. It was so crazy. So like I push down on it again, and it makes the same noise. I'm all dut, 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 dut. I'm like, first off, if it was the cops or a bounty hunter, they're not gonna like like little pebbles on the window. Like they're gonna like they're not knock on your door. They'll be like, this is the cops, open up, you know? Like they're gonna like, you're gonna know who they are. And so he's like, all right, I'm good, okay, yeah. So anyway, that was the craziest thing. I've never seen a guy so jumpy before, but I guess he doesn't have one warrant out. He has two for two different counties. He has a failure to appear in two different courts in two different counties here locally. And I'm like, oh dude, this guy is so just, he's fucked, man. He's just like, jeez. So I'm like, all right, how can we, all right, I don't know where that cut off, but it just says paused. So anyway, he like ran out of the house, or he tried to run out of the house, but anyway, he has two warrants out for his arrest. So what we found out is that the craziest thing, we agreed to pay for his legal fees, $15,000 in legal fees, and then of course other things as well to help him with his house and whatnot. But in the process of doing all of this, we had to go over there yesterday and take him to the new attorney. By the way, not a lot of attorneys would take this case on. They're like, nope, not working with him. Nope, not working with that guy. Nope, not. So like a lot of people like know who this guy is and just decided not to do it. This one attorney said he would. So the dude missed his attorney appointment. He was supposed to meet with him at 11. I'm calling him. I'm texting him. I'm like, oh dude, we signed paperwork. We did all this stuff, and I'm like, we got the money. We're gonna go over there to pay for it, and he's not answering anything. I'm like, you know what? So we go to his house, and we're there, and he's like, nothing. I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna knock on his door. I'm gonna rat on his door like this, like I'm a cop. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, open up the door right now. And his wife, she like comes to the door, like, cause we'd been there for a good minute. She's like, hello? Oh my God. Oh, I thought it was the police. Oh my God. I was like, get your old man, tell me he has to go right now. I was like, he missed his appointment. He's already skipped his court appointments twice, and now he's bailed on this attorney, the only attorney in town who's going to take him. I said, get his ass up right now. Let's go. Can't have this happening. And so he thought that we were going to set him up, that we were taking him into custody, like, because we signed some paperwork with him that we're going to buy his house, and like, that we're going to throw him in jail now because of it. Like, it's like total paranoia. I totally get it. I understand that totally. But no, we took him down there, got stuff done, took him to lunch, took him everything. Like, it was a beautiful experience. Hope the guy wins. He's an uphill battle, but you know, it's not our job to judge. We're here just to help. That's what we do. We buy problems and sell solutions. And our solution was to get this guy. So as soon as we bought him, as soon as we paid for the attorney's retainer, they immediately contacted the court and got him back on calendar, and the warrants go away. So that's a beautiful thing here. We just bought him some time, some peace of mind, and some freedom. So he's not looking over his shoulder every two seconds thinking someone's gonna come, you know, kick in his door and take him away. So, but the craziest thing is this guy knew the other person who we ended up evicting, and with the house that has a solar. Just crazy stories, man. This world is so small, and you just don't even realize it. It's so tiny. But I got some more stories for you, but this is already super long. But yeah, I'm gonna start giving some weekly updates on just some of the crazy things that happen to us in real estate. So anyway, have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys next week.